Hey guys, Michael Sanchez, violin teacher here. This video is for Fran Sonnet. She posted a video on our adult violinist learning page. Fran, you're doing an excellent job for just a month experience. Very, very good. You were wondering how you're getting that bow bounce. So some of you guys out there might experience the same problem. Sometimes when you're playing the violin, all of a sudden the bow just starts to bounce. And obviously it doesn't sound good. So the biggest reason why bow bounce happens is because there's some sort of bow tension going on. Bow tension can happen by using too much arm when you're playing the violin instead of using the small muscles. It can happen because you're holding the bow too tight overall. It can happen because your thumb and your pinky are sort of stressing the bow instead of being curved. Very important for the pinky and the thumb to be curved. But overall, just so you can sort of understand the physics, when the bow is going back and forth, there shouldn't be any sort of restriction up against the bow, other than it should just be resting on top of the strings, and nothing else should be really holding it from doing what it's doing right now. So all of a sudden, if you're putting tension up against it, then it's going to be harder for the bow to sort of breathe. So what I often do when I am with students is I'll grab the bow randomly and just try to circle it around like this. If there's a lot of restriction there, that means that there's some sort of tension going on. So I mentioned the really big one, which is the thumb and the pinky. I see that all the time. Most students can sort of figure out that they shouldn't be bowing like this. But a lot of students don't quite figure out yet that the thumb and the pinky are really, really bad as far as causing bow bounce. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is just how playing the violin is so similar to doing a yo-yo. So when you do a yo-yo, you sort of have to have this wrist motion going, and the index finger is where the yo-yo is tied to, right? And that finger sort of guides what you're doing, how the yo-yo is flowing. It's the same concept when you're playing the violin. The index finger is kind of guiding the bow, and then you have to have this flow of the wrist, this sort of constant motion. So you would never take a yo-yo and just sort of throw it down, right, and then expect it to come back up. Same thing, you wouldn't just throw your bow down and then expect it to not bounce coming back up. So there has to be this sort of flow going. So Fran, if you use the thumb and the pinky properly by really curving them, using the front finger to guide the bow, not the whole hand. You're kind of more guiding the bow with all the fingers. It's totally understandable for only playing a month. So try to relax these, use that. If you haven't seen my wall index drill, really good drill. So you put your wrist up against the wall at a certain point and you try to just focus on moving the bow just in the front of the hand with the index, because those small muscles are exactly what's going to help you not get that bounce. So instead of getting the right there, I'm just holding the bow too tight. It's going to sound much better when I allow the bow to breathe. Okay, and then I'm going to get more flow. Just like that. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are interested in some feedback of your own regarding your playing, you can post on our Adult Violinist Learning page. You can join the page by visiting facebook.com/groups/Adult Violinist Group. Email me at michael@superiorviolins.com and I'll send you a link. I think that was the